Hey, Facebook friends, YouTube subscribers. It's been a while since I have been on here doing reviews. Not a while, it's been a couple of weeks. I have three films to review. I'm going to review the first one, which is Fate of the Furious. It is the eighth um, Fast and Furious film in the Fast and Furious film series. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. I'm going to list off some things. It has, of course, the usual cast. Vin Diesel plays Dom. Dwayne The Rock Johnson returns as Hobbs. Tyrese Gibson returns as Roman. Michelle Rodriguez returns as Letty. Ludacris returns as Tej Parker. Pretty much the same cast. Kurt Russell makes his appearance again. He was in the last film, but he comes back. He was in Fast 7. He comes back as Mr. Nobody, the FBI agent again. It all starts out, Dom, played by Vin Diesel, and Letty, played by Michelle Rodriguez, are on their honeymoon in Cuba. There's, of course, a really cool car scene, like there always is in a Fast and the Furious film to start the film out. But after that scene, he's doing his usual errands and walking around in Cuba, doing his breakfast run. He runs across Charlize Theron's character. Charlize Theron is Charlize Theron or Charlize Theron. I always have trouble remembering how they pronounce her name. Is known as Cypher in this film. She shows him something she knows all about him. He comes up to her and she knows all about him, which is, you're just like, okay, something's going down here. She shows him something on the film and his expression just changed, so you know something's about to happen. Well, it shows him talking to the crew. Some of the crew is still with him in Cuba. Like I said, some of the ones I just named off. Of course, Michelle Rodriguez, character Letty. Tyrese Gibson's character Roman. Tej Parker, played by Ludacris, is in the scene. And Natalie Emanuel, who was introduced in the last film. She's well known on Game of Thrones as Rams. She's known as Ramsey in this film, but she's originally from Game of Thrones. But she's on here, returns to this film as Ramsey again. Well, they're all doing their thing. And then it cuts away and it shows the scene where, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is pretty much being a soccer coach, and he's approached by an FBI agent. And the guy's talking to him. And then he calls up the crew and says, "Hey, Dom and the crew, and says, hey, we got an assignment." And it flashes to them going through this, I guess, a secured area. There's a lot of factories, warehouses, and bombs are going off. And, Rome's a bomb expert, so, he's laughing about how he's set all these explosions off. And they're trying to get away from, I believe it's Russian guys, and might be Americans. But Dom and Hobbs, I had to think there for a second. Dwayne The Rock Johnson's character, Hobbs, are driving off. And suddenly Dom shoves him off the road and he gets caught by the authorities. And he went rogue. They don't know why he went rogue. Something that he got shown on the phone caused him to go rogue. And it will show you why later in the film. I'm not going to give that away. But so now comes in Kurt Russell's character, Mr. Nobody, and his partner, which they introduce Scott Eastwood in there. And they bring in, well, of course, Dwayne The Rock Johnson's character, Hobbs, is in prison, and he runs across Deckard, Jason Statham's character from the last movie, the one that they caught for the authorities in the last film. And they're all making their threats. Also, the prison goes into a riot. And they all come to find out Kurt Russell's characters caused the riot so they could get the people together, Deckard and Hobbs together. Well, come to find out he wants Jason Statham's character Deckard to work with Hobbs and Dom's crew to bring Dom and Cypher down. The film is really good. There's a lot of exciting action sequences. There's a lot of you're grasping your seat. I mean, there's some cool car sequences. There's even a submarine sequence. That's not really, something I'm giving away because it's been in the ads. Um, but there's a reason Dom is working with Cypher. There's something on the phone. I'm not gonna give it away. You guys gotta go see it. It was probably one of the best Fast and the Furious films. I enjoyed it. I have been enjoying the Fast and the Furious films. Never thought I would, but they've been pretty good. Um, it's a lot of action, a lot of good acting, and Charlize Theron always plays a good villainist. She's been a villain on. She got an Academy Award for being a villain in Monster. She's been the witch on the Huntsman movies, and which is really crazy. That role was one of her best, I think. And but there's reason Dom's really not bad in the movie. It shows him being bad, but there's a reason. There's another character they're going to introduce several different characters, a couple of returning ones. I'm not going to give it away, but he has a reason why he goes rogue and help Cypher because, and you'll be like, oh, that's why he did it. Okay, but it's worth going to see. It was enjoyable. A lot of action sequence. There's some good guest stars. I'm not giving them away, but it's worth going to see. I enjoyed it. Like I said, it's all about their true crews trying to get Dom to bring Dom down and Cypher down, and that's how pretty much the whole premise of the film. Go see it. It's exciting. I enjoyed it, and if this review losing the voice a little, so I apologize. But like I said, it was a 4-star film. I enjoyed it. Definitely go check it out. And that is Fate of the Furious.